Thank you. So anyway, I'll study this. No, that's the first assignment, by the way. No, all assignments are due on November 8th. I will create the samples. No, soon as before next week, all the samples will be uploaded. Okay. This is by Noel, Lim, Ashley. You can change this title. No, ito. You can change the title here instead of W. So this is a template from W3 schools. Okay. I myself have used a template, no, because there are so many templates you can see. You can look at W3 CSS templates, no. So ito, so you can choose these templates, and then, for example, I think what did I use? I'm not sure what I used, no, but it has a it is a drop down menu, no. I'd like to have a drop down menu so that I can fit in the examples and your assignments, no. Hindi ito yun, no. But if you look at my my website, okay, it's the same thing, no. What I'd like you to do is to create a drop down menu where you have assignment number 1, which is what, computation, Rocky. We'll check the attendance later, no. They follow like this, no? So you have add 2 numbers version 1 using prompts. Okay, compute the sum. The first number is 20. Second number is 50. 23 bala. No? And then 73 is the sum, and then there's a back to home page. Okay, and then you have using inputs and labels and buttons, of course, no. You have 34 plus 25, and then you compute sum. Okay, I think you can have a clear button also there. But you can have 56. Okay, and then you can go back to home page, and then there's an event driven, no, automatic sum computation, where when you type 4, 5, 50, no, so it automatically this computes the moment you change your answer, your no. Okay, this is an event driven addition of 2 numbers. Okay, now you can look at the page, by the way, by right clicking on an empty page and view page source. That's the source code. Okay, they follow. So I don't, there's also a source code published in Dagler 2.0, but you can get the source code the same way using this. Okay, any questions so far? No. Over the weekend, I'll upload all the examples so that you can write all the assignments. Okay, I think you have 2 weeks to do that. Okay, any questions so far? No. So let me discuss your assignments. No, meron pang iba, no. By the way, this is Ashley Lim. So you have a menu, no. Okay, this is one of the W3 templates. So this is from the Great Wall of China, but it's too beautiful to be a Great Wall, no. Okay, so you can do this yourself, no. This is just, you can view the view the page source, and you know that there's an image that was this. So you change this template, no, the title, so that the title that appears here, if you look at my web page, no, the title that appears on the tab is not W3 spaces. Okay, it's JRA here. It's my name. Do you follow? Because okay, if you view the page source, I have changed the title. Okay, it's Introduction to Computing Website. Okay, they follow. So that's why it's W3 schools here, because the title is W3 schools. No, you change this. Okay, so okay, if you have time. Okay, so anyway, it's a good thing that you know there's a lot of templates. It's very much acceptable if you use any of them. Okay, so the more you choose a preferred template, no. But what I'd like to have is a drop down menu, so that it will be easy for me to look for your assignments. Okay, you only have 4 assignments. Okay, what are the 4 assignments? Meron pa isa? Meron pa bang isa? This is Lynn. Okay. Yeah. Versatile, yes. Ugatse. Let's look at your ano.
Sir,
Oh,
wait. I wasn't done pa po.
okay. No, no web page yet.
Yes, sir.
But you
Yeah.
put the web page there. No, I'm going to list down all your URL web pages, no? Web page URLs, and I'm going to email those who are not able to launch them, okay? Because
Okay,
it's a
sir.
requirement. So, ang daming templates, no? Now, it's a good thing that W3 gives us style sheets because previously the most popular style sheet is Bootstrap. But if you look at this, no, by the way, no, if you look at this, sorry, am I still shared? So, no, walang sharing. Sorry, no, wala ang sharing, no. So if you look at, okay, is this mine? No. This one, no. Okay. If you look at the page source, no, this still uses font awesome. It doesn't use Bootstrap anymore, no. Do you follow? So W3 is trying to create its own set of classes for styles, no. You will identify the Bootstrap and the W3. If you're familiar with this, no, these are style sheets, no. These are those that you use to make up, no. It's like JavaScript is your engine, no. JavaScript is the tool that you use to build the engine, and style sheets is the one used to beautify the chassis, diba? If you're building or assembling an automobile, okay, what you do is you build the engine and you build the chassis. So the style sheet is for makeup, for making it up, no, decorating your web page. So these are usually classes like the div class. A div is a division. No? When you say div class, this is one of the classes. No? Anyway, you'll have a whole semester. You don't have to understand all of this yet. No? At this moment, all we need to do is to understand the JavaScript. Okay, like in this case, no. If you look at this, no, look at the source, no. Uh, the program is included in a script and an end script, and the function is click btn. When you say compute the sum of two numbers, we are going to prompt for a number which is stored to the variable a. Then prompt. Okay, let me see that now. Okay, I'm sorry, I haven't. No. Now you prompt for a second number stored to the variable b, but prompt will will return strings. That's why, because a and b are strings, so we will convert them to integers using the function parse int. Okay, so a is converted into an integer and stored to x. B is converted into an integer and stored to y. And we compute the sum which is z, x plus y. And the document that write function is actually a function in JavaScript that allows you to change your HTML during runtime. Okay, take note, we don't have H2, but our H2 will depend on the input of the user, right? Okay, and then our sum, also, no, will depend on the input of the user and our sum. And then we have an href, which is back to home page. Okay, do you follow? So it's like this when you compute the sum. So this is the first prompt, this is the second prompt, and there's a back to home page. Do you follow? So this is the code. Okay, a very simple code. Okay, any questions so far? No. So let me discuss all the assignments first. No. Okay. I'll check the attendance again anyway. No. Have I discussed this already? All the assignments. And anyway, let me just describe them and repeat them. Okay. The first assignment is simple computations. Let me run that. No, I have a sample using Visual Studio Code. computations. Where's that? Grade computation, I think it's unit conversion. Yes, unit conversion version 1, okay? This is the first, you can also do it here like this. Okay, you can run, this is Visual Studio Code, you can download it and install the live server add-in, and if you don't like that, you can use W3 Schools. You open with live server. So it's like this, no? Celsius to Fahrenheit, so say 100. Okay, okay. So the value of 100 to Fahrenheit is 212. Convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay. The value of 212 to Celsius is what? 100. Okay. Convert 3 meters to feet. 2 meters. That's 6.52 feet. Convert feet to meters. 3 feet is almost 1 meter. No? Do you follow? Okay. This is computation. There's also another, there's also another version. Okay, let me run that anyway. No. Walang sorry, no. Version 3. Wala pa, no. So you can use input labels. Okay. Input labels, no. Let me look at the version for input labels for add two numbers. No, before that, let me finish. No? So that's simple computations. Now, the second is income tax calculator. No? This will, given all Filipinos are required to pay a part of their income to the government. No? To the government. That's called income tax. Okay? All governments require their citizens to pay a part of their income as income tax. Okay, of course, that's the source of funds that the government used to run its own operations. No? So here's how it's computed. If the annual income is 250,000 or less, the income tax is 0. You're free. Okay. However, if it's beyond 250 and lesser than 400, the income tax is 20% of the excess of 250 of 250,000. So it's like a table. This is an application of switch or if then else. No, if you're using for 400 to 800, you will have 30,000 plus 25% of the excess of 400,000. For 8 and so on and so forth. Now let me show you if I have an income tax. Okay, so this is the income tax now, and then I open this now. So for example, I have a 240 compute tax, 240,000 into 3. So the income tax payable is 0. If you have 260, there's already a tax here. Okay, no, that's 2,000. If you have 850, okay, so that's 145,000. Do you follow? That's how you compute income tax. That's the second program. Any questions so far? Sigivara. Okay. By the way, I have others, no? Meron akong ibang format ng open folder. I think unit conversion 2. Here it is, no? Another example I have. Okay. So this is also unit conversion, no? Using inputs and labels. They follow? They follow. For example, I have 100 Celsius. I'll click this. So that's 212 Fahrenheit. I'll have 212 Fahrenheit, convert to Celsius. That's 100 Celsius. Okay. And then you have 3 meters, convert to feet. You have 9.84. You have 3 feet, convert to meters, you have 0.91 meters. Do you follow? Okay, you can also do it like that. No? Now there's a third version. Okay. Now this is an automatic using an event handler. Automatic computation, shall we say 100. So it computes Fahrenheit right away. 212. It converts Celsius right away. 3 meters, that converts 30 meters. Okay. And then 10 feet. Okay. Do you follow? So this is automatic computation using an event handler called onKeyUp. Okay. That's another unit conversion. Any questions? No. I'm not going to show you the code because this is your assignment. You can use any. The more proficient or the easier it is, the higher the score. Okay. You follow? Do you follow? Okay. And then the next is aside from income tax, no? The computation of average factorial using random numbers, no? The average and factorial of the first n random numbers. Let me show you that, no? Array numbers. Okay. Sorting. Ano ba itong average? You just show this. No? This is just sorting in arrays. Let me just run this, okay? To generate numbers, no? Generating random numbers. So say I'd like to generate 10 numbers, okay? I click this. So these are the 10 numbers. I'll say sort the numbers. So it will sort this. And I'll say reverse the numbers. It will sort this in reverse order. Okay. I'll show you the sample code for this. But however your program will compute the factorial of the first n numbers, no? And the sum and average of the first n numbers, like the way we do it in IAS or no? But this time you use JavaScript. Okay. And the last program that you will create is a payroll program. Do I have a payroll program? I don't have a payroll program, but it should be like a shopping cart, okay? A shopping cart like this. Now let me show you the shopping cart. Okay. So ito, no? In a shopping cart, choose what items you want to buy. No? Toothpaste, you buy three pieces at a unit price of, shall we say, 25. And then we add to cart. We have our cart. Then you buy hot dog of 10 pieces. And shall we say a hot dog is what, 15? The amount of this item is 150. We add to cart. We have a total. Do you follow? I will show you this, no? Because this will be the basis of your, it's like a payroll program. Okay? But the payroll program only asks for the day's work and the daily rate. And the name of the employee, no? For example, noodles, 2, a unit price of 5. You add to cart. Okay. Now you can delete an item. For example, we delete item 3, which is noodles. You say delete. Delete item 3. Okay, yes. So now the cart is recomputed. Okay. You can add another, shall we say, shampoo, and 6. The price is, shall we say, 8.5. We add to cart. So that's what we have, 276. We can clear the cart like this. Okay. They follow. So this is an example which you will use in order to write your payroll program. I'm going to launch all examples, no, in my website. Okay. Okay. And so that you can study them. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? So anyway, let's review, no? Do you follow? So when you do a JavaScript, you use an HTML script tag like this. Bagal. Dagler. Okay, we can just go to W. Yeah. So you can include this to a different file, no? But for the moment, since we are beginners, we mix our HTML and our JavaScript. Okay, you can put your JavaScript anywhere in the HTML file, but usually it's put in the body. You can put it in the beginning or at the end, or you can put it in the footer of the no, okay, of the HTML document. Okay, and then we have button. Is that my problem with the new Dagler? Ang pangit ng kanyang doesn't return to where you left off. Unlike the old Dagler, when you return, you press back, you are brought to where you left off. So ito, wala tayong magawa. So button tags, no? Ayan. Okay. This is how to type a button. So button, type button, because you can have other types, no? And this is the label on the button. And then you end with end/button. Okay, let me check if we'll go back to the right place. Okay, so it goes back to the right place. You just have to wait. Okay, what we have discussed the basic HTML, no? Okay, the JavaScript alert method. Alert will just what will it do? We'll try this, no? So this will have a button, and then this is it's only an OK button. Okay, it will just send an alert message. Okay, and then the prompt will ask for a number. No? Okay, for example, we can try this ourselves. We run, try it. That's the prompt. Okay, and you can press OK or cancel. This one is the function we use to ask for the first two numbers to add. Okay, you follow? And then we have aside from the prompt, no? We also have alert, prompt, and confirm. Confirm is like a prompt, but it's like a yes or no. No, confirm yes or no. Okay. So press a button. Would you like to proceed? You can to say no, you press cancel. To say yes, you press OK. Do you follow? So you can use this different. Oh, sorry, no, mali. This different JavaScript functions. Okay. So let us go. Any questions so far? Live pa tayo, no? So we have to hasten our lecture because next week I think will be our last week. Last week na natin next week, no? We follow, so which gives us 2 more meetings. Okay. I think it's just barely enough, no? Let me launch my examples na lang, no? Data types, no? There are only 3 types, no? But you do not include them in the declaration. Okay. The type of the variable will depend on the value that's assigned to it. Like in this case, A becomes a string because you assign it a string. Okay. A here becomes an integer because you assign it an integer. B is a float because you assign it a float. Okay. We follow and Boolean. So there are 3 types, no? But the declaration does not require you to type the Boolean, no? Any questions so far? So in C Sharp or C++, you have a lot of types. Here we only have numbers, strings, and booleans. Okay. And in the declaration, you don't have to specify the type. Okay. How do you assign statements? You use the let statement or you just use the equals like this, no? During the declaration, you can do this. Okay. And then you can also do it like this, no? Okay. You can use a let, no? Wala dito nakasulat yung let, but let is just like a var. Okay. Any questions so far? Now, what will happen if you have 2 plus 3 plus string of 5? The string 5 will be converted into an integer 5, no? Automatically, no? JavaScript will do that for you. JavaScript is a typeless language, no? It's much easier to, no? So, I have used this, no? Okay. Okay. So, conditional statements. How do you use conditions? Conditions are exactly like C++. You have if, else if, and switch. Here's the if syntax, no? It's like C++. If followed by a condition, followed by a block of code, the scope of which is identified by the open curly brace and the end curly brace. Here's an example. If R is lesser than 18, is lesser than 18, the greeting is good day. Okay, try it yourself. Okay, so ganun, no? Do you follow? So, have you all undergone C++, no? So ganito rin, it's exactly C++, right? Right? Okay. Okay. Now, let me launch a grade computation example. Okay. In my website, no? Doon na lang sa website ko, no? Dito yung source code. What is grade computation? Okay. Given every time you take a test, you will convert your test into a numerical grade. Okay. The formula used is score over items times 100 minus base over base. Do you follow? So for example, we are using as what 40 base, no? So for example, if your score is 55 over 100 and the base is 40, okay, we compute grade. Okay. Do you follow? Okay. So this is an if then else statement. Now you can view the frame source, no? It's like this, no? Okay. So first, okay, I have introduced you labels and inputs. Have I introduced you to labels and inputs? No. So an input is actually it's like scanf. Okay. And a label is assigned to an input to describe it. No. For example, the score. Okay. Like this. This is the label and this is the ID. The ID which is score. Okay. This is the label items and this is items. And this is the label base and this is the ID base. Okay. Do you follow? Do you follow? So the document get by element by ID will retrieve the value from the web page. And we multiply it by 1 so that it will be converted into a number. Okay, because the type is text. Anyway, it's number, no? So that it will be converted, but JavaScript will fetch it as a text, no? Okay, so X is our score, Y is our items, Z is our base. You can disregard this, no? The logs. So the grade is math round like this, no? Do you follow? Okay. And then we will convert this into a literal grade. Okay. It's like this, no? The equivalent is D. Do you follow? Okay. 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 Let me copy this. Okay. And let me go to my uh, W3 spaces. What's the name? Grade computation version 1. Okay. Tanggalin ko lang itong, I have to remove this because this will occupy space. Okay. And then I'll create a new file. Then I'll rename this. Okay. So grade computation V1. Where did it go? Ito. Grade computation V1. I'll edit this. And I'll put my source. Copy it and paste it here. Okay. And save. Okay. This is grade computation V1 using inputs and labels. Okay. Then I'll now in my index.html, maybe I could edit this. I'll change my JavaScript adding 2 numbers. Okay. Then I'll copy this again so that I can have a third. JavaScript grade computation example. This is an example on if then else. Grade computation V1. That's the file name, remember, no? V1. Grade computation using version 1. Version 1. We save this. Let's look at what happens. No? Kasi kung hindi, wala, no? Let's refresh. Yes. Nandito na, grade computation. We'll remove the contact. The tour, no? Okay. I'll remove the contact and the tour. Okay. So it doesn't occupy space. Okay. It's okay, no? I don't think there's something wrong if you do that. No? Take note, ang label ko dito is introduction to. So nawala na. Okay. So for example here, grade computation, HTML, and input labels. Para magkaiba sila. No? So wala tayong back to home. Okay. So anyway, let's put a back to home. Okay. I will copy it from add to numbers B3. It's much easier to copy. Okay. So we'll just put it in a different paragraph with the BR. We copy this. We close this, and then our grade computation B1. Okay. Okay. Can we put it here? No. Yeah, before this. Okay. And save. Now we have back to home page. Okay. You follow? Now. Now let me run the version 2. No. The version 2 is actually the same, but it categorizes the grade, letter grade, into others. No, like 55 over 100. The base is 40. It identifies whether it's a passing grade or a failing grade. Do you follow? So let's say we'll have this as 40 grade. This is a failing grade. Okay, and then if you say 80, okay, this is B plus. This is a very good grade. We'll say 90. This is A. This is an excellent grade. Okay, 75. This is B, is a good grade. How about 70? 70 is C. C plus. This is an average grade. So this is a further example, no? Which, if you look at the after computing the letter grade, it will use a switch. No. So this is an example of a switch to identify the classification of the letter grade. Okay. Can I put it there? No. So maybe I'll just have to rename. Using if-else statements. Okay. In JavaScript, no? Okay na yan. Okay. And then using switch. Okay. I'll do another one using switch. You know what switch is? No? Switch is an it's a modification. It's a more elegant version of if else. No, I'll show you that later. I'll explain that later in the code. No, so we'll write a new we'll write a new file. There it is, and then we'll rename this. So, okay, you have questions now? So this is like C++, okay? So now we have grade computation B2, okay? We'll edit this and then we'll copy it from my code. Okay, ito siya, no? Using switch to classify the letter grade. Okay, that's what it is. Wala pa itong it doesn't have a back to no. Okay, back to home page. So we'll edit it from V1, copy it from V1. So we have input ID, GR comment. No? Let me run this first before I'll explain this. Okay. Nandito na ako sa edit HTML. I'll edit this. So I don't even understand the whole web template, no? But I just know when to edit it because I know where the href is. No? Okay. Reclassifying letter grade. Sing. Have to be careful, no? Okay. We save this. Let's close this. And oh, sorry, I don't have to on. So we have we just go to the space. So the first is using if else statements, no? So let's say we have 60 over 100 using base 40 to compute the grade. The equivalent is C. Now if you look at the page source, it's just like this. We compute the grade using math.round. Math.round is one of the functions, no? In JavaScript. Score over items times 100 minus base plus base. That's formula for grade. And then we use LG. LG means the letter grade. No? We use a variable called LG. If LG is lesser than 72, it's F. Else if LG is greater than or equal to 72, and this is the AND, okay? Do you know what AND is? No? And G is lesser than or equal to 75, LG is D. Else if G is greater than or equal to 76 and lesser than or equal to 79. So this converts. No? This whole series of if then else statement converts the numeric grade, computed grade to letters. Similar to how teachers compute your letter grades. Any questions so far? No? Okay. We go back to home page. Bakit nawala yung aking ano? Okay. You just have to refresh, no? Grade computation. Okay. Classifying the letter grade using the switch statement. So for example, there's a further functionality. 70 over 100. The base is 40. We compute the grade. Now this is an average grade. This is the classification. Okay, how is the letter grade classified? Let's view the page source using a switch statement. Okay, we could have used an if else statement here. Let me enlarge this. No, we can say if LG equals F. Do you follow? Then CM is failing grade. Else, if LG is D. Okay, but that's a very long else and if statement. No, a better way is using a switch. A switch will present it more clearly for me, no? Because it is classified into different classifications. We say switch LG. LG is the letter grade. The condition, we don't use a condition here, but a variable that is used for comparing. Okay, so the default equation, rather condition is a test for comparison. If LG case F, and what it means is if LG is equal to F, okay? And then we put a break here, because if you don't have a break, what will happen? It's like LG is equal to F or LG is equal to D. Do you follow? Okay. So if you look at here, we have the default, which means that if it's not found here, of course, it's not found here. It should be an excellent grade. Okay. And then we get the element by ID grade here, which is the grade, letter grade, and the GR comment. We place it here. Okay. Okay. The grade 4. That's why we have here the inner.html. Inner.html will allow you to alter, okay, the current status or of the element. For example, the current status is just H2. So instead of just an H2, we will have the grade 4, no? And then the element ID for the letter grade is, the equivalent is, no? And this is a what kind of grade? Passing, failing, average, okay? And so on and so forth, okay? Do you follow? Okay. So we go back to home page. Okay. So we have input, we have the automatic sum, we haven't converted this, no? We study this na lang, no? Okay. Classifying the letter grade using switch statements. Itong automatic sum, by the way, when you say 23, it makes automatic computation. If you view the source, no, it does an on key up of the input. What is an on key up? It's an event which is fired by the browser when you press the key and you release it. Do you follow? Some will use on key press, but the most accurate is usually on key up, because it is the event that is fired when the user releases a key. So automatically, when on key up is pressed, we compute the sum and we display it. It's much simpler. This no longer has the compute button. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot this, no? So let's go back to the home page. So what did we have now? Aside from inputs, no, using prompts, inputs and labels, no, formulas and declarations, we have used if-else statements, no, and you have used classification of using. You have used the switch statement, no. So you notice as of the moment, the if and else statements are exactly like C++, no? The main difference is the variable declaration, because JavaScript is a typeless language, unlike C++, where strictly, no, C++ is a typed language, no? You have to declare the type of a variable before you can use it. In here, we don't have to declare the type. We assign the value right away. Okay? Any questions? Any questions? So in your program, no, in your web page, you say my assignments. Assignment number 1, simple computations. Assignment number 2, income tax computation. Assignment number 3, uh, average and sum of n numbers. And assignment number 4 is simple payroll. Okay, let me just launch na lang all my examples, no, so that you can study them in advance. Ano? Arrays, no? Arrays. Loops. Okay. Arrays and loops pala ito, no? Do you all know C++ while loops? And assignment statements? Loop examples, no? loops and arrays, no? Okay. Maybe we can run this. Hanggang 3 o'clock tayo. I'll just post this up. So, okay. Dito ko na lang ilalagay, no? Loops and arrays. Ito, while loop. A while loop. Okay. Loops na lang, loops. Okay. While loop, do while loop, and for loop, no? Loop 1 na lang. Okay. So let me copy it from here. This is how easy it is to copy, no? So we'll go here. Close this anyway. Loop 1. Okay. And then I'll go to my index. Please tell me if I'm moving too fast, no? And please feel free to ask any questions. Okay. Search buttons. You know what a natural number is? It's an integer. Now, when you say first 5 natural numbers is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you say first 10 natural numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Loop while. Ito lang loop while. Okay. Let me just close this. So we'll say W3 JR. So meron na tayong loops and natural numbers. Okay. Five. Okay. Do you follow? And this is an example using while loops. I'll explain this later, no? Tatapusin ko lang muna lahat ng loops. Okay. While loop, do while loop, and no. Loop, do while. Okay. And then let me copy this from my So mabilisan na talaga tayo, no? Loop, do while. Wala pa tayong wala tayong back to home page. Okay. Hindi ko nalagyan. I haven't placed the back to home page, so pwede ba ito? Let me just try this here, no? Put a BR. Wala, no? We'll have to do a document that right, no? So, it's so sorry, no? You have to terminate it here. I'm sorry, what happened? Okay. We'll remove it here. What I'm trying to do is to show the back to home page. No? Bakit wala, no? Not sure where it is, no? Let me look at one of the examples. Dito yata sana. Okay. that's what we're going to do now. I'm sorry. Let's do that again now. And let's just we'll copy this. Okay. Paste here. Time BR. Save. Okay. We'll transfer the ano na lang, no? We'll transfer the this. It's transfer the back to because we really need a back to home page. No? Put a BR. It's good to put a BR. Follow. I hope we're correct, no? Walang missing. View the page source. Wala ang ano, no? Maybe we're in the wrong, ano? We're in the wrong. Sa do while pala tayo. That's why we're wrong, okay? So, yeah. Kumahin na lang natin ito. I'm in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong. It should be in the loop while. Okay. So I was in the wrong place, no? Because I had to, my back to home page edit, okay? It's okay for the moment, okay? And then we'll have a loop do while. It's a little slow, no? So this time this is a do while loop, okay? No, I'm sorry. I made a mistake, no? I'll just finish this, the whole thing, no? Until the for loop. So you'll have examples. Just add here, no? Another example. Okay, so this is enough. Do while loop. Okay, and then we'll have a loop. Pwede rin sa declare, no? You have to wait a while. For loop. Okay. Where did it go here? We still don't have a back to ano. Still don't have a back to home page, so we'll just copy it from here. Okay. 15 minutes now. So in our index.html, I'm also going to include that. Any questions, class? No? I'm assuming that you're proficient with, no, I hope you are, because you have at this point, no? Let me refresh this. Okay. 045 numbers. First numbers. View page source. So for loop ito. For loop equivalent. So any questions so far? So now you have all the examples you need, no? I'm going to upload more examples, okay? So what examples are we having? Okay. You have examples for if then else. Okay. You have an example for using switch statement. You have an example for while loops, do while loops, and printing numbers with for loop. Okay. Printing numbers with for loop. Tala lang natin ito, no? Do you follow? Huh? You can easily view this page, no? By doing this. View page source. Okay. Any questions so far? So what do we need? We will need to discuss arrays, no? And then structures, objects, and then I'll show you a program for sorting, no? How to sort numbers. Have you done sorting in C#? Everyone? Have you done
Wala pa,
sorting?
sir.
Wala pa. So it doesn't matter because we have a sort function. Anyway, no? We have a sort function. We don't have to sort numbers because we can just easily sort numbers using the sort function, and then we can even reverse the sort. Okay. I'm going to upload them in the sample website. Okay. In my W3 Spaces website. Okay. Any questions so far? So we are very much in a hurry, no? Because we have two more meetings. Okay. Any questions? Kasi November 1 is a holiday, right? Is November 1 a holiday in the Philippines? Yeah, it's a holiday. Even if it's not a holiday, we are Catholic school, so we will celebrate All Saints Day. Okay. So I'm going to show you everything in my website, no? So that you can just refer to this every time you create your assignments. Okay. So I think we have covered so much, no? Today we have if then else, we have switch, we have, I have shown you examples anyway, but I'm going to review this now. How to do while loops, and for loops. Have you done this in C#? or C++? Everyone? Have you done for loops? Looping already?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
it's the same syntax, no? Exactly the same syntax. So if you have done it in C#, there's no reason why you can't understand this, no? Because if you look at the for loop, oh, okay, do you follow? You can ignore the console.log, okay? These are just debugging, ano? You can erase them actually, no? Any questions? So that's enough for now, no? Next time we'll have a new topic. I hope we can finish in 2 meetings, okay? Thank you very much for coming. Okay? 25 and 27 will be our last 2 meetings. Oh my God. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. I'll upload this, ano?
Bye.
Okay,
Bye,
bye.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.